Hey YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back, man. Really hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Just chilling in Tesco's cafe. Trying to write some more of a story I'm writing. So not anything to do with movies, but I'm writing a story right now called The Shapeless Man. I don't know if you guys have like any ideas what I can do next for this story. I would appreciate it. So let me tell you what I've written so far. Chapter 1, A Shapeless Man. They say there's a man in this town who can't be photographed, can't be followed, and can't be described. Not because he's hiding, but because he has no shape to hide. People call him the Shapeless Man, though no one knows where the name came from. It just showed up like he did. Some say he's a ghost, others a shadow that learned to think. The old folks whisper that he's the memory of something erased. No one claims to have seen him clearly, but everyone has a story. A face that changed mid-sentence, a voice that didn't match the mouth, a reflection where no one stood. Some say he mimics the last person you think about before falling asleep. Just makes you wonder if it's your guilt that summoned him. And the worst part, he only comes for people who don't believe in him. Eli Navarro never believed in ghost stories, least of all the ones from his hometown of Granger's Hollow. He was a local guy, math teacher, crossword addict. So when one of his students whispered about the Shapeless Man during detention, he rolled his eyes and handed out an extra essay on urban myths. You'll believe him when he finds you, one of the kids muttered on their way out. Eli barely heard it. That night, alone in his narrow apartment, the power flickered once, then hold. He marked it off as cheap wiring. But when he glared at the dark window, he paused. There was a smudge on the glass. Not a handprint, not quite. More like a swirl, faint and oily. The shape of something that had leaned too close. He wiped it away. It came back. Chapter 2, The Smudge. Eli didn't sleep. He'd wiped the smudge from the window 3 more times before finally drawing the blinds. But every time he turned off the light, he swore he could feel something shifting in the room, like the air was learning how to breathe. At 2:13 a.m., he gave up and turned the lights back on. That's when he noticed it. His phone was open on his notes app. He hadn't touched it, and on the screen was a single sentence, typed neatly in the middle of a blank note. You almost looked at me. He stared at it for a long time, trying to realize. Maybe he sleep-typed it, maybe it was a prank, maybe the kids had gotten clever. But deep down he knew better. The next morning, the hallway mirror in his apartment was wrapped. Not cracked, wrapped. His reflection shuttered behind his movements. For a second, he swore his reflection didn't have a face, just a featureless blur. Something was trying to push. He didn't go to work. Instead, he went through old newspapers in the local library archives, looking for anything about people seeing things, losing time, attracting strangers. What he found chilled him. 1972, local boy claims brother was replaced by a man with no edges. 1996, Granger High student vanished mid-semester. Room left undisturbed. Deck chair was warm. 2019, teacher placed on leave after claiming students' faces were wrong every day. The article was about his brother's old art teacher, the same man who had once drawn a sketch of a faceless angel and printed it to his classroom door. Eli remembered that. He remembered laughing at it. And then he remembered something else. His brother had mentioned that drawing the night before he vanished. Eli looked up, heart pounding in the quiet of the library. Every whisper from the reading room seemed to echo. One voice, low and breathless, stood out from the rest. It didn't belong to anyone in the room. It was behind him. You're starting to remember me. Chapter 3, Echoes. Eli didn't remember walking home. He remembered leaving the library, but not the streets he walked, not the time that passed. His watch was stuck on 4:08, even though the sky outside was nearly black. That's all I've written so far. If you guys have any ideas on what I could write for more of the story and other ideas for other chapters, well, I'll see you. Anyway, take care, talk soon, goodbye.